They didn't ask for your permission. They didn't hold a vote. They didn't even bother to lie convincingly. They just built it. Right now, as you watch this video, three forces are converging: Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the full financial weight of NASA to construct something that has no precedent in American history. A system of digital control so complete, so embedded in your daily life, that by the time most people realize it exists, it will already be too late to escape. This is not a conspiracy theory. Every fact in this video is documented. Every dollar amount is public record. Every name is real. What isn't real is the story they've been selling you. Let's burn it down. Donald Trump didn't return to the White House to govern. He returned to consolidate. Since January 2025, over 100 executive orders have been signed. Not debated, not voted on, signed. Each one quietly eroding the checks and balances that were supposed to protect you. The separation of powers weakened. Federal oversight agencies gutted. Independent watchdogs fired. This is not governance. This is a hostile takeover of the American state. And Trump needed someone to run the technical side of the operation. Someone with money, with infrastructure, with zero accountability. He found his man. Elon Musk is not an innovator. He is a parasite who learned to feed on public money while pretending to be a visionary. SpaceX built on NASA contracts. Tesla built on federal tax credits. Starlink subsidized by the FCC. And now, DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. A name so cynical it almost sounds like a joke, except the punchline is your data. DOGE operatives, young, unvetted, loyal only to Musk, were given access to federal systems that contain your social security records, your tax filings, your medical history. Not theoretically, actually. The Treasury Payment System, the Office of Personnel Management, the Department of Education, all accessed, all compromised, all under the control of a man who was never elected, never confirmed, never accountable to a single American citizen. While Musk dismantled the federal workforce, over 200,000 jobs cut or threatened, his own companies were quietly absorbing the contracts those agencies used to oversee. This isn't efficiency. This is elimination of the competition. And the man writing the checks to make it happen, sitting in the Oval Office, signing whatever Musk slides across the desk. If you're tired of watching billionaires buy your government in broad daylight, subscribe right now. This channel is The Resistance. Hit the bell, share this video, because the algorithm buries what they don't want you to see. Now let's talk about the agency nobody questions. NASA. The untouchable, the beloved, the agency of dreams and stars and American pride. Funded with $25 billion of your dollars every single year. And what has that money built lately? The Space Launch System, the most expensive rocket ever constructed, cost taxpayers over $23 billion in development alone. It flew once. And the next phase of the Artemis program, the plan to return humans to the moon, has been delayed so many times that NASA officials have stopped giving firm dates entirely. Meanwhile, Elon Musk's SpaceX keeps getting the contracts. You see the pattern now? NASA burns your money on a rocket that barely works. SpaceX swoops in as the cheaper alternative. And who profits? The same man dismantling the government that funded his rise. This is not inefficiency. This is orchestrated dependency. NASA has become the perfect laundering machine, converting public investment into private profit with the American flag stamped on every press release to make sure you keep applauding. Now we get to the part they really don't want you to understand. Because Trump and Musk aren't just stealing money, they are building infrastructure. Starlink currently has over 6,000 satellites in low Earth orbit. 6,000 eyes in the sky. The plan, already partially funded through federal contracts, is to expand this to 42,000 satellites. Think about that number. 42,000. That is a communications blanket over every inch of this planet. Every signal, every transmission, every device that connects to the internet. And who controls the infrastructure? One man, unelected, unaccountable, unstoppable. But satellites are just the ceiling of your prison. The walls are being built by DOGE's data grabs, centralizing federal databases that were deliberately kept separate for your protection. Kept separate by design, by law, by the hard lessons of history. Those separations are being demolished. And the floor? That's where NASA comes in again. NASA's investment in AI-driven surveillance technology, marketed as tools for space exploration, has a very terrestrial application. Pattern recognition, behavioral prediction, population monitoring. Technologies developed with your tax dollars, handed through contracts and partnerships to private entities with no public oversight. Trump provides the political cover. Musk provides the infrastructure. NASA provides the technology. 3 pillars. 1. Prison. This information doesn't spread itself. Subscribe, share, make noise. Because a revolution without an audience is just a man screaming in the dark. Don't let them win by keeping you isolated. While billions flow upward, let's talk about what's being cut. Medicaid, facing the largest proposed cuts in its history, $880 billion over 10 years. The people who depend on Medicaid are not abstract statistics. They are veterans, children, elderly Americans in nursing homes, disabled people who have no other option. Cut to fund tax breaks for the top 1%. The FAA, the agency responsible for keeping planes in the sky, lost hundreds of experienced air traffic controllers in the DOGE purge. Aviation safety experts have called it a crisis in the making. The FDA gutted. The people responsible for making sure your food and medicine don't kill you, fired. The CDC's Pandemic Preparedness Division dismantled. These are not bureaucrats. These are the invisible infrastructure of a functioning society. And they were sacrificed not to save money, but to remove the watchdogs, because you cannot build a surveillance state while the regulators are still watching. So you fire the regulators first, then you build the prison.
Where is Congress? Where are the Republicans who spent years screaming about government overreach? Silent. Where are the Democrats? Issuing press releases, holding press conferences, performing outrage for the cameras, and doing almost nothing to stop it. Because here's the truth that both parties want to hide. This consolidation of power benefits the donor class, regardless of party. When corporations control the data, when billionaires control the infrastructure, when the government's watchdogs are defunded and fired, everyone at the top of the pyramid wins. The only people who lose? You. The voter, the taxpayer, the citizen who was told their voice mattered. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as they redesigned it. They want you to feel powerless. That's by design. An overwhelmed population doesn't organize. It scrolls. But here's what they cannot control. Awareness. Every time someone understands the mechanism, really understands how the money moves, how the data flows, how the contracts connect,
architecture of control becomes slightly more visible, and visible systems can be challenged. State legislatures are already pushing back on federal data access. Federal judges, some appointed by Trump himself, are blocking executive overreach in court. Whistleblowers inside DOJ and federal agencies are talking. Journalists are documenting. Lawyers are litigating. Organizers are mobilizing. This is not over. Not even close. But the window is narrowing. The infrastructure is being built now. The data is being centralized now. The watchdogs are being fired now. The time to pay attention is not later. It is this exact moment.
If this video made you think, if it made you angry, if it made you want to do something, start here. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Every view is an act of resistance. Every share is a crack in their wall. You are not alone. The unholy trinity is not a metaphor. It is a structure. Trump provides political power, the executive orders, the firings, the legal cover. Musk provides technical infrastructure, the satellites, the data access, the private army of engineers loyal to one man. NASA provides legitimacy and technology, the public funding that pays for tools then handed to private hands. Three corners of the same cage, built with your money, operated without your consent, justified with your patriotism. They counted on your silence. They counted on your distraction. They counted on your exhaustion. Prove them wrong.